Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm with the 2022 Subaru Outback in the new Wilderness edition. So the Outback Wilderness has the standard Outback stuff with a bunch of off-road adventure stuff thrown onto it. Really good package. I really like this. So you start out with the basis of the Outback, which is a 2.5 liter boxer turbo, putting about 260 horsepower, mated to a continuously variable transmission, and then of course Subaru's asymmetric all-wheel drive, or symmetric all-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. Anyway, the Wilderness model adds a whole bunch of things to that. So the Wilderness, you can see some of the packaging from the front. You can see how aggressive the front bumper gets. The rear is the same. We'll see some more of it as we move around. Yokohama Geolandar tires, beefed up suspension, slightly beefed up, not a huge, but nicely beefed up, and all of that improves things like approach and departure angles. So slight lift over the average, the regular Outback. So the regular Outback is about 8.5 inches. This is a little over 9, and because of that, you have slightly better approach, departure, and breakover angles on this. Has this glare stripe right here, has functioning roof rack, and just a lot of great stuff. So let's look around it. So you can see from this profile view, the Wilderness badge is right there on the front door. You can see the beefier tires, and you can see that it sits taller than the regular Subaru. So you can just see the gap between the tires and the well. That should give you a good idea. Lots of beefiness added to this. So you can see these are much more accentuated around the wheels. So the wells they have thicker parts than thicker parts. Yeah, vocabulary. Love these wheels. These black wheels look really good with these more aggressive tires. So it just has a great look. And then you can see the gold. So this golden copper that you see is a motif for the Wilderness package. You find it on the shifter on the inside. You find it in a few other places. And then you can see this badge. It says Subaru Wilderness in gold with that ring in gold. So it's a great thing. One thing I would say that Subaru could have added would be gold on those center caps on these wheels. Maybe that was a little over much. I don't know. I'm just saying I think it would look good. But for the most part, you're looking at a really good, just standard Outback with a lot of great off-road goodies added. So like I said, the approach and departures change, and one of the biggest one though is this breakover changes. So that I don't get the numbers wrong, I'm gonna look at the spec sheet. So there's a front skid plate under there, which the standard Outback does not have. And then the ground clearance, 9.5 inches. So I was a little bit off. It's 9.5 inches now. That's a full inch of gain. That puts the front approach at 20 degrees. The departure at 23.6. And the breakover at 21.2. Now, for a little bit of perspective, 21.2 on that breakover, that is equal to a Jeep Gladiator. Think about that. All right, so really impressive. And of course, with Subaru's symmetric all-wheel drive, that's what they call it, right? Because I screw that up a lot. Yeah. With Subaru's all-wheel drive, this is a great off-road vehicle for, medium and light duty off-road. Now, you're not going to go rock climbing. You're not going to hit Moab, the hard trails at Moab or anything in this. But you will do a lot more than you think you can with this. Wonderful setup. So let's have a look at the working end, and then we'll get inside it. So here we have the back of the car. You can see the gold motif continues. You can see those down here on the toe pin covers. You can get a hitch for this. I don't remember if this one has it. I don't think it does. But the Outback is capable of towing about 3,500 pounds. So you have that. Then when you open up the back, I got my camera bag in here, but this has a wonderful, I love this rubberized flooring. And then underneath that is this storage spot that has a spare tire and a few other things. But I love this, and I love the number of tie downs. So there's two at the front, two at the rear, plus some 12-volt plugs, plus grocery hooks up here. Just a wonderful setup. And if you happen to be in a position where you need to quickly fold down those rear seats, you pull these right here, rear seats drop. This comes out, of course, but wonderful cargo area, much more useful than you would think. There's more use to this cargo space than a lot of people would probably give it credit for. Just a great setup. Now, here's something I really like. I want to show you this. It has a cargo cover, right? This thing right here. When you pull it forward, you can put it in to the slot, and you can have the standard cover like this. But what if you have something tall in there, but you still don't want people looking in the window at it or the sun getting on it? Well, then it's hard to do one-handed. Do this. Check that out. How cool is that? So really neat little things because Subaru. So let's go and look inside. So on the inside of the car, the usual Subaru goodness. The seating is good. Now, one thing this does not have is it does not have cooled seats. It just heated only. Kind of a bummer, but great new infotainment. It's a giant big screen. I've talked about it before when this generation of the Outback first appeared about 2 years ago. And just a great layout in here. There are the little gold touches to go with it, and there are these Subaru Wilderness tags sewn into things. The seating, the side and whatever. The gold on the shifter here, and gold stitching throughout. So kind of a nice package. I like the look a lot. It looks really good. Let's talk about pricing. So let me show you the price sheet. Autumn green metallic, that's the color. Anyway, Symmetrical All-Wheel Drive. Eyesight, all that good stuff. You can see all this stuff. They didn't give me a real Monroney, they gave me a breakdown sheet. But if you see the total, you're looking at about $37,000 for this. Then you add the moonroof, the navigation, and RAB, which I'm not sure what that is. That's $1,800, and then you have shipping, and all told, you're looking at $40,000. Now, for $40,000, you can get a pretty nice SUV. For $40,000 at Subaru, you can get an extremely capable and nice SUV. So, I think the price tag is totally commensurate with what you're getting out of this car. It's a great setup. So there you have it. That's what I got for the 2022 Subaru. It's model year changes. It's hard to keep track of sometime. Anyway, 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness. This is a great vehicle. I really like what they did, and I love this color. The color scheme on this is really good, and just the look of the Wilderness is worth the price tag, let alone the added capability. So, really well done. And that's what I got. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.